Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. Today, we have something really important to discuss. On May 14th, our petition was submitted electronically to the SEC chairman Gary Gensler with over 30,000 signatures. It called for an end to the SEC's war on XRP, an IG probe into Clayton and Hinman, and a regulatory framework. Here is the masterpiece. And the masterpiece is 1,372 pages long. That is how you know it's a masterpiece. But having said that, we today are going to be talking about all of that. But first, make sure you press the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And my question of today is, did you sign this monstrosity of a magnifique master crafting work? I don't know what to say right there. Let me know in the comment section down below. So this, of course, was the big petition which we've talked about on the channel for a very long time. This supposedly was an attempt to get Gary Gensler's attention to investigate Jay Clayton and William Hinman. Of course, on a side note, it was also to get the SEC off of Ripple's back and to just evaluate the crypto laws instead of going after Ripple without really any probable cause. Lyrical blacksmith right there. So this was the response that we got, though. It's pretty sad. Thank you for your email to the SEC chairman of the SEC. Your comments and concerns are very important to us. Unfortunately, because of the large volume of emails received, the chairman don't give a crap about you. If you are an investor with a complaint about his securities or anything like that, go check it out here, but we don't want nothing to do with you. That's basically what they said, all right? So, point of this one being, there's 30,000 people signing this, right? There's 30,000 people who took some seconds out of their day to sign their name on this piece of masterworks. Again, 1,300 pages worth. And it was given about, I'm gonna give it 30 seconds worth of thought. So what was the purpose of this? Well, to get some attention. What did we get? Nothing. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. You might say, Dusty, but this is just a automated reply, right? Well, no, it's signed by somebody. So I'm assuming that she at least took, 5, 20, 30 seconds to just quickly check it out and be like, yeah, we don't want anything to do with that. In the end, though, it could, in the end of things, be that they received the email and they are eventually going to overlook it, because she did say we read and carefully consider the opinions expressed in all of the emails we receive, but that's also basically where they ended off. It's like, oh, your comments are so important to us. Not true. And unfortunately, because of the large volume, he cannot personally respond to it. So what is the next step then? I mean, they don't really tell us. And a lot of the people I've spoken to now say this is the response that you get, which is basically, nothing. This is the best you're going to get from the SEC. Once more, guys, 30 freaking thousand people signed up, took a couple of seconds out of the day, and they get nothing for it. It's really interesting how this system works, right? I mean, you could have at least given it a thought. This is one of the most important things out of his whole career. It's most likely going to be the most important thing he does. But Cryptology, who filed this, the guys, they're not giving up. They're definitely not giving up. He said, maybe the SEC needs to keep hearing from us to understand that the signatories want a real response. Because, once more, there's 30,000 people. And GPDS 555 said, let's apply real pressure to Gensler and SEC. Let's do a petition for Gensler to resign with 100,000 signatures. And that one is pretty damn stupid because that's not going to work. What we can do, however, is, again, refile this, right? Get more signatures and get it going once more. What I propose as well is that we all come together and send, poop in a letter to Gary. No, I'm not going to. Let's not do that. If you want, no, please don't do that. But it was a fun proposal. Maybe I can't do that though. No, let's definitely not do that. It would be funny if somebody did it. In theory, in the real life though, if somebody really sent poop to his address, I don't think it would be that funny. I think it's actually a crime. Not exactly sure about that because in theory, it's a natural product, so you can't really do too much wrong. But it would be pretty weird. Also, does that go through the mail? Does that work if you box it properly? Can you send poop through the mail? Okay, we're getting really off topic here. I'm just saying that Gary Gensler resigning is definitely a difficult one. However, getting him to notice it is definitely not that hard. Even though he doesn't have Twitter, even though he's not really the social media type of guy or the guy who is, I guess, treating everybody that equally or really has time for the people, which they, of course, vowed to protect. Yeah, I mean, if you get 100,000 people to sign something, it can't be ignored anymore, right? You would also think the same thing with 30,000 people, but apparently that's not the case. 100,000 people, though, maybe, maybe if this keeps going through, if they keep getting attention, it's impossible that the SEC hasn't heard of this, because I believe John Dean, who fought the motion to intervene, has also mentioned these things a couple of times. And I mean, the SEC knows that there's a really big community behind XRP, so for them to not even consider take a look or anything like that is odd to me. I mean, I would have at least liked to see, well, we can't do anything with this because it's, from higher up. On another end, I mean, what could I have done? There's basically three proposals, right? It is basically get this lawsuit out of the way, investigate those guys, and another one, which I just forgot right now. I guess work on regulations, something like that. So, yeah, I mean, what can they do in the reply letter? Can they say, yeah, we're going to do that? I mean, if Gary Gensler didn't read it, then there's nothing. Well, Gary Gensler, though, in the same sense, is working really hard and is going to most likely leave a legacy, what we thought, in the crypto regulatory field. And the question, of course, on everybody's mind is he going to be a failure? Is he going to make Ripple his biggest loss? Or is he going to think of something smart to save his career? Or not maybe his career, but his face, right? His beautiful, ratty face. So I'm not exactly sure how he's going to get this done. Because if you think about it, he is already on a downward spiral. The SEC is vowed to protect you as investors. What they're doing is basically hurting them, $15 billion worth at least. And as they lose, they will find that out. And nobody can actually deny that what they've done is then not to protect, because the XRP motion to intervene is there. And that motion to intervene is so crucial because if it gets granted by the judge, of which there might be a hearing first, there might be a something else. I mean, the judge just has to file on that. It might be a hearing. There might just be a verdict. I'm not exactly sure. If it gets granted, that means the XRP holders can actually intervene and basically start hammering on the SEC and, of course, protecting their own interest. But that does show that, and actually the prior information has also shown, that the SEC has not done their job. Because if their main priority is to protect you as investors and the investors are coming in against the SEC or to protect their own interest, then what is the SEC there for? Then they're not here to protect investors, but they're here to attack a certain company. And that's not their role. That's not their role. Their role is to protect U.S. investors. So it's a really difficult dilemma right there. Is Gary Gensler going to fix the regulations properly and then, I guess, have the Ripple lawsuit mistake on the side? But is he going to, again, put some proper things in? Is it going to be known for making things energy friendly? Because that's actually a really big part of his vow and what people were excited on him for, because he knows blockchain, he knows the tech, but he also is really big on the energy stuff. And I mean, if they're going to go for energy, we all know how good Ripple is and what they're planning to do. Here's, for example, one post from Ripple. We're pledging to achieve carbon net zero by 2030 and driving new research with leading universities that evaluates energy consumption across digital assets, credit card networks, and cash. You can learn more if you want to, but I would say the message is quite clear. Ripple is one of the most energy-friendly cryptos or projects out there, right? XRP, I guess, is a crypto, and Ripple as a project out there. It is so strange to me how there's been such a long time of no disturbance, I guess, for the energy consumption, yet it's been a problem all along. I mean, China right now is cracking it down, and look what happened to crypto. When the US starts to crack down on it, logically speaking, only Bitcoin and proof of work crypto should go down, or proof of stake ones could maybe also have a little bit of a dent in them. But XRP should really survive all the way. Of course, it's not going to happen. If proof of work gets hurt, gets a little tickle on the buttocks, most likely the entire crypto market will fall, because proof of work is at least 60% of the entire crypto market, maybe 70. Now, what does that mean for the world in the end, though? I mean, Gary Gensler knows as well that if he's going to go full on heavy on energy stuff, then he can only do it in a sustainable manner. And what that means is that Bitcoin has to switch over to be more sustainable, or put some sanctions in or something like that, which is good, I guess, but it's not going to save his career too much. It's not going to bring him so much of a legacy. I would say Gary Gensler is also the man who just is here as an interim type of guy, as an interim chairman for a couple of months. He's the official chairman, yes, but it's kind of interim because he's not here for years. He's just here for a couple of months. He wants to fix this one and get out, right? He wants something on his name. Otherwise, it's only the Ripple law. So I'm just assuming here something, one way or another, is going to be coming. And I can't open this article. It was Wall Street's new cop signals more scrutiny for crypto and SPACs. This is actually just referring to what they were doing in the regulatory field, but I've reached my content limit. too bad, I guess. And here was another one, just kind of scrolling through is what I've been doing with the crypto regulation articles. There's so many that have come out now in the last couple of days. Why? Because people are really excited about them, worried about them, and I guess the price is also really fluctuating because of them. We're wondering right now, what is Gary Gensler's first or most prominent move going to be? Is it going to be a crypto rulebook? Is it going to be ending or fixing this Ripple lawsuit? Is it going to be something regarding energy/crypto? It is interesting. It is unknown. DeFi raises challenges for investors, regulators, SEC Gary Gensler says. There's another part, of course, which is he going to try to save the banks? That's one I really hadn't thought of for a very long while, but DeFi is growing like crazy. And there's, of course, this raising challenge to raising concern about money laundering, but also the fact that people don't need banks. And if you don't need a bank, well, then eventually there's no need for a central bank. If there's no need for a central bank, well, then piece by piece, the dollar or any currency, local currency, will start to crumble. The fiat kind of crumbles as, well, if you don't need a bank, I mean, if the retail banks kind of go, then eventually the central bank doesn't have that much to do. If the central bank goes, the whole system collapses. I'm not saying that's going to happen necessarily. I'm saying the way we are going right now with more and more money locked up in decentralized finance and, the more, I guess, the away we can go from the banks, the more it's going towards that area. And there's a lot of concerns for that one, which you can logically think of. That's not what these big guys want, right? Billions of billions, maybe trillions of dollars are in that system of the banks and I guess just the higher up money. They don't want that to be gone. So there have to be some sort of regulations also for the anti-money laundering. And the question is Gary Gensler going to be focusing on that? What is he going to do? We need to have one freaking step from Gensler. We need one little hint. SEC has been canceling their meetings left, right. One lawyer just quit from the SEC. There's some speculation about that too. But what is going to happen? I keep raising this question. We have no answers. We have no idea how to get some answers. But we are waiting, right? We are waiting, and I guess my feet will get cold before we are done waiting, but whatever. Guys, make sure you check out Bybit. A link is down below. There's a 25 XRP bonus if you deposit 500 XRP. There's a chance to win a Ledger Nano X because we're giving away 5 to people who deposit over 1,000 XRP. And there's $2,600 worth of bonuses, which can result in $130,000 worth of trades for free. So theoretically speaking, you can become a millionaire for free. It's pretty funny how that sometimes goes with these bonuses. And of course, if you're wondering, Dusty, why are there so many bonuses? How does it work? Just check it out. Link is down below. It's basically so that you need money deposited to get a higher bonus. So the more money deposited, the higher your bonus is. And there's a couple other small layers to that. There's a couple of free vouchers and whatnot. And even though you can't withdraw the $2,600, you can trade that. And since the maximum leverage on some of these pairs is 50 or 25, you just do the math for yourself. You can trade times 25 with freaking $2,600. You already know that's $65,000. If you trade times 50, that's $130,000 that you could trade with. Then you guys get it. All right. And what they basically do is they give you these bonuses because they hope you stay with them, right? They hope you keep using them for trading because that's how you stay leader in the market. Almost any platform out there has some sort of bonus because they want you to keep trading on their platform. It's not that strange. The same thing for a grocery store giving you some discount on some stuff because they want you to buy those products there and maybe buy some other products there too, whatever. Guys, that was it for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto video soon. Take care, amigos.